Everybody take your right hand and put it over your partner's mouth.
So, thank you very, very much, everybody, for being here. This is an extremely special event. We want to honor Don and Kay and lots of other people who have been instrumental in creating this great dance community that we have. But first, I want to thank Lindon. Everybody knows Lindon, right? Lindon.
That's why I built it. When I was designing it, Dave Foster said, why don't we make the living room big enough to have dances in?
This is awesome. Yeah. So, Lindon, thank you so much for offering your home all these years. Some of you might know it and some of you don't, but it's been many, many years. How many? 15 or something?
At least 15.
That he's offered his home to the dance community, and just tells it at the stage that anybody can come. So it's wonderful. Thank you, Lindon, and everybody who helped clean Lindon's house.
Anybody? Just anybody can.
Yes. We'll take all the help cleaning up after that is willing to stay.
We've actually tied all the cars together.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Can I say something real quick?
Please.
My neighbors get upset about blocking off their mailboxes. I don't care if mail's coming or not. So if we can pass it on, we get used to parking here, leaving their mailbox unblocked, I will get less static. They don't
Sunday, but never mind about that.
They don't even like to park on their asphalt.
There's a very clear sign.
Must be the
But
rest
they're nice people otherwise. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. So. I don't know too much about the dance history of contra dancing in our community. I've only been dancing about 10 years, which isn't very much compared to the big picture. And I heard Don mention the date 1984 recently. Don has spent hours and hours, and Kay, and lots of other people too here, which you may be aware of, Lindon and all of Riff Raff, and all of the people who sit at the table taking money, and the geezers, and I'm just really grateful to all of you who helped make this dance community happen. You know, the musicians hardly get paid anything. They're donating and volunteering their time, so I'm grateful to all of that. And Don is a storehouse, a treasure of history and information that he is going to be sharing with us pretty soon here, and I'm just so grateful for...
Is he writing a book?
Are you writing a book?
You're writing the book.
Yeah.
Tom, is it a storehouse or a mid?
Oh, a book.
Nice job.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough night, I can see.
Yeah.
You should never have had Riff Raff here, I told you.
Yeah.
I told you not to invite Rick.
I couldn't help it. They crashed the party. Don was the first caller of the very first dance that I ever went to. My friend Venice took me after many months of begging me to come, saying, "You'll love it." And I'm going, "No, I'm too shy. I can't do that. I will never learn how to do that. What do I wear?" And finally, she dragged me to the dance and threw me at Don and said, "Here, she's new. Do something." And so he did. And I'll never forget that dance. Yeah.
At the break of this dance, I couldn't help but notice this very attractive young lady down in front who was a newcomer, and so I approached her and at the break and I said, "Would you like to learn how to swing in the New England style?" And she said, "Well, I'm kind of shy, you know." So anyhow, we had, what, a 5-minute session in swinging, and now she is one of the very best swingers that you have ever encountered.
Only 5 minutes. Don Lennartson method.
Thanks to Don. So that was awesome. Is there somebody else who would like to offer some words of appreciation to Don about their experience with him in the history of contra dancing, or to Kay?
Well,
I
I played for 4 years in college.
that's very awesome. And all the years dancing at the South
That's a
Union
lot
Range.
of dances we did together.
Yeah.
When did you start calling, Don?
We're actually going to get to that.
Oh, okay.
So what we have planned,
1914.
Enough years.
Yeah, in a couple of minutes.
16, 14.
In a couple of minutes, Jay and I are going to offer a song that we've sort of put together for Don in his honor, and that you can join us in on the chorus. And then after that, this wonderful seat, Lindon, this is perfect, is for the interview that David is going to interview Don about.
You mean my kissing bench?
Oh, this is what this is for, okay?
The bench, make sure it stops there.
Yes.
5 minutes, that's all. You can't get your legs past.
Hey, I had the first dance.
We didn't know what it was called, I mean,
So we'll get to hear the answer to your question, when did he start calling, and maybe some very other interesting things that we'd all like to know. And thank you, Ray. Ray's videotaping this, and I think it's going to be very famous after this on YouTube or something, yes?
You'll be really rich.
Just count on it.
Okay, so is there somebody else that would like to speak right now, or will that just fall together? Alice?
I would like, I think of Don as such an elegant dancer. And I think of you as just being so debonair. So I think of him as being the Fred Astaire of country dance. That's sincere.
Don't forget Kay's got a look.
you don't get off much.
I have to second that. Not only that, he can waltz and he can combo.
Yes.
Man that can combo.
And I would like to follow those with a recognition of, in the early days at the Grange and even before that, when you would call, there were times when you just stopped the introduction of the dance, the explanation of the dance, and said, I want to explain how to do this move. And if it wasn't, how to do the hey, it wasn't just you go right and left and stuff, but there was the turn at the end had to be big enough, and the swing had to be just so. There was a lot in as I experienced you in the early days of contra dancing, where in this community that you were a part of the just so, Don's just so instructions, to lift the community up to a new level of self-respect, of courteousness to each other's, and to this Fred Astaire.
Raising the bar.
Yes, I remember him saying, if you just listen to the music, you'll know when the figure changes. And in the beginning, I said, the music? There's music?
A lot of people say that, actually.
Sally?
Oh, you're a very good leader and teacher, and I remember a Beckett dance, and you said, waiting for Godot, and I said, a literate man.
I think of Don as also expert in the social relations of dancing. And I remember getting an early introduction to this, and there must have been one of those misunderstandings about who had the next dance. And so it was either me or Kay. And no, you were great. You said, times like this, it always gets decided in favor of the spouse. With you, meaning me, my relationship is short and something like inconsequential. With my wife, my relationship is long and meaningful, and therefore that's who I'm dancing with. It's like, I think that's excellent advice. Here, here.
Kay and Don were our first new friends when we moved to Olympia in 1983 and came to the contra dance, got to know them, and they let us help publicize the dance for the first couple of years we were here, and we got to know a lot more people that way. And then Don called, and Kay was in the band for Jim's and my 25th anniversary dance, and many of you were there. It was a wonderful dance. We had a great time. We played a joke on Don, who was so gracious about it. And I won't tell about it.
I'm going to talk about
But they're just fine friends. He was gracious then, and he'll manage tonight as well. But we feel very fortunate to have known them all the years we've been here. And besides the dance, and my favorite dance was one he wrote on the spot called Frozen Pipes, when the pipes were frozen down there in that little Grange on Tilly Road. We're just very blessed by the two of you.
Yes, we are. Phil?
Well,